Next heat, Adriano de Souza, last year's world champ, taking on Keanu Asing. Keanu in his second year on tour, and de Souza looking to put himself back into the world title race, which he has done after moving up quite a few spots from his performance in Rio, putting him number 6 in the world, heading into stop number 5 of the season. Keanu, famous for that solid backhand attack, earned himself his first win of the season before we went on hold for 8 days.
You know, this is a lot more even on in the water than it is on paper, that's for sure. You look at de Souza's accomplishments as opposed to Keanu's. Been watching Keanu Singh warm up over the last few days out there. Amazing on his backhand. Here he goes.
Keanu Asing, while we were away, picked off a bomb and teed off to get started.
Wow, that first turn there, just straight up through the lip. Keanu Singh somehow found that inside off Adriano de Souza, which is an impossible thing to do these days. He loves starting off really quickly, and then Keanu backs it up on the way back out, pulls up into the barrel. Doesn't get that deep, but a nice wave anyway. And then that big wraparound turn. So Keanu Singh off to a flying start. Snapped one of his little gem boards yesterday, but said he's still got plenty of good boards left in his quiver. That one looks just fine.
So 2 quick waves to kick things off for Keanu Asing. A 4 and a 4.83. Slowing down the barrel. Kelly earlier, it just looked so magnificent. The watercolor is dreamlike. The vision for these guys is something that they sometimes have a hard time putting into words. This is de Souza now pulling in. Looks like he's got a great line to shoot out. Adriano now for that high line carve all the way down to the bottom. Jams it quickly in the pocket. It's got a lot of foam on the face now. So he'll just keep his board engaged all the way to the channel. A brilliant start for last year's world champ, looking for an 8.83 to go straight into first. Next wave is a solid one for Keanu Asing. Double overhead, he reaches for the pocket, big airdrop on that backside, hack off the top, and he goes down hard. Keanu trying to jam it so tight in the pocket, a critical section, and a massive wave just popping up from all the turbulence underwater. Doesn't even flinch, he's already back to business.
Yeah, you know, I thought there was a section there he might have been able to get in the barrel. Decided to go down and around it and then unload that big turn. Super critical drop there, just couldn't quite stick it, so advantage to de Souza on that roll of the dice. Looking for an 8.83, the Brazilian, a defending world champion. Let's have a look at his wave here. See how he doesn't bottom turn, Joe. He just sort of keeps that. Oh, this is counter. Sorry, could have gone through that maybe, and then jams it. Oh, free fall drop right there. I thought he might have, if he grabbed that rail and pulled it up a little higher, he could have got nice and tight in that tube ride. That's kind of what you got to do.
Also the difference looking at de Souza's wave.
A little bit more whitewater on the face, a little bit more tricky, but still wide open nonetheless. Beautiful tube ride, and then into that big swooping turn there. De Souza just trying to find some maneuvers on the end of this wave just to add some points on. He's looking for a huge score of an 8.83. He's not going to get it on that occasion, but he's going to get his first good score on the board, post the single highest score so far. Keanu Singh, though, that wave, he could have maybe got a barrel. It's easy to say sitting here, but it's all about knifing that rail and pulling that rail up and just trying to get nice and tight in the tube on that takeoff.
More waves on the way, 25 minutes to go here. De Souza trying to get in early. Locks in a 6.17 on his start. Now just needs a 2.66 to get the win off Keanu. So you see a much different day than what we've had for the best surfers in the world since they've been here at Cloudbreak. Moving up 9 spots after his performance at Rio. Doing a great job to get there. This is Adriano now. Pulls in, great positioning, flying through the pit. The world champ has one more section to beat, but it will take him down.
Just looking for more and more. I mean, that's what you want, right? You want to get in that barrel and stay in there as long as humanly possible, but that wave kind of chandeliered, and that foam ball took him out, so unfortunate there for Adriano de Souza. Geez, he's gotten so much better in the barrel backhand, hasn't he? I mean, this kid is such a student of the sport. Wherever he's lacking, he always makes sure that he fine-tunes it. Let's have a look as he takes off, grabs that rail, pulls up nice and tight, traveling through the section. Again, still going, and then just right there as that wave folded down. sort of took him out. Beautiful vision from across the channel. You can see that wave, not an easy one to ride. It's like a wild water ride, and just that white water at the end just took him out. So Adriano de Souza, Joe, you just got to go back a couple of years when that big Chopu swell, when he got knocked out by Nathan Hedge, he was the last one to leave. He stayed there. He was out there every morning, every afternoon, charging in the big waves, trying to perfect his skills, and that's why this kid won a world title.
Well, it's been that dedication for de Souza that was really rewarding to see him finally accomplish his lifelong goal. He was the guy that came on tour, and he rattled the cages of everyone on tour at the early stages just by how aggressive he was in a jersey. He'd outposition people. People feared him before they entered the lineup just because of where he sat in heats. This is de Souza up now. Snaps it off the top. He's got to beat a couple of sections here. Jamming it out front. All going to maneuvers here for last year's world champ, and now looking to kick out on the inside corner. A 2.66 will get the lead change.
Yeah, I think we'll be looking at a lead change. You could see Keanu Singh really wanted that wave, just a little bit too far out, so de Souza deciding to take off.
And when I drop, it just like goes straight to my board and my arm. But stoked to make my heat, no matter I make, you know. So I'm pretty happy. Let's go, you know, for next round, and for sure gonna surf better in the next round.
Still, let's see how he backs up this campaign. He's got Taj Burrow, who's not going to lay down in this next matchup because you know it's his last event ever in his career. Setting this one up, it's a beautiful takeoff from de Souza, trying to slam on the brakes to get barreled, and it's not going to work out that time. His last score of a 3.0 got him into first. Keanu has a lot of time to fight back and still just needs a 4.35. The berets were vacant so early in the morning, and we knew that round 3 was going to be on for sure. Everyone wanted to get started, and we're expecting big things. Keanu Asing now is up looking for a 4.35. A big power blow off the top, perfectly placed in the pocket is his second move. Flowing down the line, another big backside vertical re-entry. Now the Hawaiian squaring up for the inside corner, and he'll just run into the channel. So Keanu putting together some big turns, but de Souza's behind him. Adriano carving back into the pocket. He's looking to improve on a 3.0. Gets a little hung up, but he's in total control. Bouncing, turbulent inside corner, and he's out. So comparing the backends together here, Keanu just his second year on tour. De Souza, a WSL world champion, looking for a spot into the next round. It's like Keanu waited for a while to find a special kind of wave, and he found it there, Potts.
That he did. A couple of beautiful turns. 3 solid backside vertical snaps. 4.35 required. What did de Souza do on his wave? Little telltale sign, Joe. His front leg of his boardies were kind of pushed up, which means that he kind of got barreled. There we go. Sliding in, using half his body just to slow himself down, and now he starts to go to town on that. So it wasn't a super deep tube, and then just sort of a couple of sort of transition maneuvers really, so not much scoring potential on that inside for de Souza. In saying that, he's looking to replace a 3, so he might do that, which is going to push Keanu's requirement a little bit further out than that 4.35. Let's have a look. The young Hawaiian draws off the bottom. Now he hits the pedal, bangs it up through the lip. Beautiful snap right there, straight into the next turn. So 3 solid maneuvers for Keanu Asing, and as he brings this one through the inside. It's a tough heat right now. It's a seesaw battle, that's for sure.
Power's never going out of style. These guys are trying to push each other's deeper in big conditions. And de Souza showing that hard work pays off. Adriano was so humble in his speech on the WSL Awards, saying that other guys were the best surfers in the world. He dedicated himself to one dream. Without hard work, he was able to finish off the season world #1. During the break, de Souza got a dream run at Cloud Break.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to come from behind that section, and de Souza comes flying out the end of that one. Pulls in again. Oh my goodness. Hard to wipe speed off coming through that inside, but all the damage was done. And right behind him, Keanu Singh needs something special now, that's for sure. finds himself in a 5.45, comes out of that barrel almost lying down, and then unloads a couple of big turns. So De Souza about to drop a bomb. Keanu trying to fight his way back into this heat. Through that inside again, dragging. It is getting better and better as we thought. That tide is coming in, and we're starting to see Cloudbreak light up, Joe.
What a solid exchange. Adriano De Souza kicking things off, and Keanu Asing fighting in the tube. We've been waiting for that turning point in this matchup, and maybe that turning point for the day. De Souza finding a wave on the reef that didn't look like much to start, but a lot of these ones are fun when you see guys racing from deep up the reef into a better section that grows with size, and the barrel goes wide open. We saw Jordy and Kelly chipping in the same fashion in their matchup. De Souza showing all of his experience paying off. We kind of called this leg the experience leg of the tour, but oftentimes we haven't been going to the script this season. We lost all of our rookies so far. De Souza, being a world champ, didn't always find success at this wave, but he's learned a lot over the years, and tube riding is probably the biggest strength that has been a game changer for him becoming a world champion.
Absolutely. You've got to have every aspect of your game down, and De Souza's getting better and better at that whole tube riding thing. He's a world champion, and he's only getting better at his skills, so more waves out the back, Joe.
Keanu Asing looking for a big answer back. His last wave of 5-4, where he got barreled through the inside. He ends up throwing this one away. He's moved to California at times just to kind of do his own thing. He definitely sets himself apart from any other surfer on the top 34.
That he does, that he does. He's definitely unique.
Now De Souza just whipping a couple of cruisy little turns. He's got his hands open wide. Looks like he wants to get barreled. He'll slam on the brakes. He's just toying with Cloudbreak right now. Changing his stance, almost standing parallel in the barrel, and De Souza gets clipped on the exit.
Wow. Well, just a bit of a maybe a victory lap. It's not over yet, though. I mean, 9.67. He needed to come out of that just to really seal the deal. He knew what was coming. I mean, he took off on a 2-foot wave right there, and it turned into a 6-foot barrel. De Souza working this lineup out. That's exactly the waves you want right there.
Love seeing that happen here at Cloudbreak. Take off, and you just look like he's on a small little wave. It grows. He saw it coming. He put his arms open wide. Look at that little chip-in wedge he had, Potts.
I know, just a little foam bash right there. Comes off the bottom. Another little foam climb. Now he sees what's going to happen. He goes, okay, here we go. Now he pulls in. Maybe just a little bit too much speed right there. He should have wiped a bit more off. Now he's deep. Now he's got to travel. Just got clipped at the end right there. Maybe needed to widen that stance a little bit more. As you could tell, as he got further down the line, his stance got a lot more narrow. His feet were almost right next to each other, very much Jamie O'Brien style. There he goes in the tube. Look at these waves, Joe. It is absolutely pumping right now. Pulls it up higher and again and tries to drive through this end section. Just got clipped at the end right there. De Souza starting to look dangerous.
Also just seeing De Souza's body language, putting his arms out to his sides, just almost celebrating the wave before it was finished. Here's Keanu Asing. Slams on the brakes, pulls in, needs a long barrel here to try to fight back. He'll make it out, but needs a whole lot more. Backside carve in the pocket. Keanu snaps it off the top, looks at his watch and realizes that he's running out of time. He was hoping for near perfection on that wave, needing a 9.67. That's going to come into the 3-point range. Now with De Souza with priority, is going to shut this one out. Last year's world champ, really enjoying the lineup here at Cloudbreak. And Keanu just taking off on a quick one on his way into the channel pots.
Yeah, good surfing from Keanu, but unfortunately De Souza with that 9.10, that was the difference. That just pushed it way out. Unfortunately for Keanu, that's all she wrote. I'm sure he's going to stick around and surf some more. The swell is going to be pumping over the next few days. De Souza moves through to meet Kelly and Wiggly in round number 4.